if I get rejected by a man, because like what you said, who would reject you? Then that could make me be like, oh man, I must be really bad if some man rejects me, because don't most men just say yes to any woman? And so if I can't get this guy, like, gosh, I must be really bad, you know?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what I think. My experience romantically with German men, I'm sorry, that I don't want to interrupt what you were getting to.
Please.
Okay, continue.
I'll rephrase it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I have found, I mean, I've dated a fair amount of German men. The first guy that I dated when we opened our marriage was a German guy. Super charming. I thought all German men were like that. Like, he was phenomenal. Really enjoyed him, but then he kind of flaked out, which is really unfortunate. But what I would say is that German men are direct in certain scenarios. Romantically, it's almost like they don't know how to ask for what they want or to be. Okay. So then it gets kind of like, well, I kind of want to do this, but like, and I'm not talking sexually, I'm just talking romantically. Like, I'm into you, but like, I don't know, like what my family or friends would think. And like, I'm really trying to like build my career and prioritize that. And
All right, welcome back. We here back again, and we here like never before. Today, I'm happy to introduce a very exciting person on the podcast today. We have in the studio right here with us, Courtney. I'll be getting back to her later. But of course, let us know how your week was, how your year went, and how everything was. And on my side, everything was lovely, and it's always a pleasure to see you. And as always,
happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, always nice to see you again. So I think it's been a good start, a busy start to 2026 for me, actually.
Right?
Yeah. For some reason, I think this is the busiest I've ever been in January. So I'd say, it's absolutely crazy. So
are
but
you
it's also
working
good
towards
as well.
retirement?
I wish, but not yet. I just had a lot on my plate, basically, with work, all that stuff, and also doing my tasks as well. So it's
right. You need to
very time consuming as well.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So apart from that, we want to say welcome to Courtney and welcome to our audience to 2026. I think this is the first time we are officially shooting together in 2026, so that's good. So it means it's going to be much more fun than just there's just one of us making it. So would let you continue and then let Courtney give us a few beats about herself as well.
Well, like I mentioned in studio today, we have one of the most exciting people. You know, when I read the notes from the producer, I was like, well, this is going to be an interesting conversation. So in the studio today, we're joined by Courtney. Courtney is an American citizen. Did I get that right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's from America, and she's an expert in love, intimacy. Mm-hmm. Let me get all the boxes right. Love, intimacy, was it romance as well? So, Courtney, this is an exciting topic, and this is something that I think everyone has had something to do with, maybe in one way or the other, and that is all about the dating experience and the romance experience and how is it move. And having an expat in the studio today, I think it's going to make it even more romantic, and I can already feel the heat and the interest in the vibe. Before jumping into that, I would let Courtney introduce herself and tell us really what she actually does and how she ventured into this love, intimacy, relationship thing, because I'm kind of eager.
I'm curious as well. I'm curious.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird path. So my name's Courtney Boyer. I'm a relationship expert and author, and I have been working in this field for 18, 17 years.
Oh, that's a long time.
So I was a mental health and sex therapist for a while, and then switched over to relationship consulting and coaching, and have written a couple books. And I help people reconnect with their authenticity, their desires, and reprioritize pleasure in their life.
A couple of books. What is a couple?
Like two books.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, but I mean that's amazing though, to be honest, because I don't even know when it comes to like starting in terms of giving people advice on like relationship, romance, and intimacy. And to be honest, that's one area that is very, very for me that I feel it's just too complex and too complicated. So how do you manage to structure that? When people as well. Yeah, it's mind blowing for me because I don't know how you're able to think about that, rationalize every single thing and structure that into individual people.
Yeah. Okay. So I think one of the things I'm really passionate about is taking really complex concepts and breaking them down so that people can understand them. So if you're finding that you're struggling with the romantic aspect of your life or romantic relationships, what we do, just you and I have a conversation about what is it that is preventing you from having the kind of romantic relationships that you're wanting? What is the goal? What are you desiring? What would that essentially look like? And so we just charted that.
Just
break it down.
Yeah. Cutting to draw you a little bit to relationship as a meaning. How would you define a relationship for me?
I think a relationship is just a broad category of individuals that have some type of connection.
Right.
And so it can vary from, I have a relationship with my kids, so I have a familial connection. I have a romantic relationship with my husband, so that is a relationship there. I have a relationship with you guys here because we're doing this podcast together. So I think that there's it's a broad category to describe a short or even a long-term connection with other individuals.
Is this your area of expertise that you work in all kinds of relationships?
Sure, yeah.
So it's
all kinds of relationships.
All kinds of relationships.
Okay.
So most people, when they think of relationships, they think of romantic relationships. But usually I work with individuals in the relationship with themselves.
Okay.
Because that's really what indicates.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and that's really what it impacts our ability to connect with others.
So boiling down, I think what we want to explore today, obviously we want to also get to know you and explore you as well. I think, we want to explore your experience, right? With relationship in terms of living in Germany.
Sure.
You said you've been in Germany, living in Berlin for a while now.
I'm not in Berlin.
Oh, you're not in Berlin. Oh,
No,
sorry.
That's
My
okay. I'm in
bad.
Germany, but the other side.
Where in Germany do you live?
I'm in Rhineland-Pfalz, so 6 hours from here.
6 hours from here. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. My
That's
bad.
okay. No,
I didn't
that's
get
okay.
that information initially.
All right.
So I guess we would want to explore your relationship in Germany so far,
Sure.
because I think you're in a better position to be able to analyze how relationship here are, and you'll be able to basically define in details or talk in details how your personal relationship with people also went along the line as well.
Right.
So I think first question we want to ask is, how has your relationship been in Germany so far? I mean, this time, sexual intimate partner relationship.
Romantic relationships?
Romantic relationships.
It's getting straight to it.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I like a man who knows what he wants, goes for it.
Absolutely.
I would say it's been interesting. So I'm polyamorous, which is outside of Berlin is probably telling somebody that you have two heads. It's a very weird concept for the rest of the country. Yeah. So I have been dating for probably about 3.5 of the years that we've been here. And surprisingly, I would say most of the men I have dated have not been German.
Okay.
Despite living in Germany and despite where we live, which is so odd to me. But yeah.
Surprising.
Okay. So, meaning you guys were married, you were married with your partner before you moved to Germany.
Yes.
Okay. Understood. Understood.
So, Courtney, we've established that you live in Germany, in Rhineland-Pfalz.
Rhineland-Pfalz.
And you've been here for a couple of years as well. And your dating relationship in Germany hasn't been really with Germans. And I want to take you back a little bit because I want to know what exact reason did you move? Why did you move from the US to Germany? Was it specifically to
date German men? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Right. That is it. I knew it.
I heard they were fun, and I had to find out for myself.
Right? Who does?
They're very direct and they know what they want. So I think that's pretty much.
We must agree on that point. They're very direct and they get to the point. They cut the chest and they really know what
I actually disagree with that.
Really?
My experience romantically with German men. I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt what you were getting to.
Please.
Okay, continue.
I'll rephrase it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I have found, I've dated a fair amount of German men. The first guy that I dated when we opened our marriage was a German guy, super charming. I thought all German men were like that. Like he was phenomenal. He was from Munich and really enjoyed him. But then he kind of flaked out, which is really unfortunate. But what I would say is that German men are direct in certain scenarios. But for the like romantically, it's almost like they don't know how to ask for what they want or to be direct, right? Okay. So then it gets kind of like, well, I kind of want to do this, but like, and I'm not talking sexually, I'm just talking romantically. Like I'm into you, but like, I don't know, like what my family or friends would think. And like, I'm really trying to like build my career and prioritize that. And so there's a lot of uncertainty in my experience in dating German men.
That's quite surprising, I must be honest, because I would have expected actually the opposite. Because we know Germans are people that are fast and really straight to point. Yes. No time for small talks and everything. So I would have expected the opposite. But tell us your journey. And you're moving from the US, coming to Germany, not to date the German men. We've established that already. But rather to...
Right, for my husband's job.
For your husband's job. Okay. Yeah. So, and would you be free getting into what he does or no?
Oh, he's a physician in the U.S. military.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're stationed in a weird, we're in an interesting bubble in Germany.
Okay. Oh, interesting. So he's American as well.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Honestly, I think that's interesting. So generally, going away from relationship now, right? So how was it like moving to Germany? I would assume that was the first time in Germany, right? Or you visited?
I had visited once before.
Okay.
But like 10 years ago or 7 years ago from when, and it was like a week. So moving and visiting are two different things.
Totally different thing. Yeah. So how was it like living full time here?
It was hard at first because everybody says when you move, everybody speaks English there. Like, don't worry, like it'll be fine. Yeah. It'll be great. Like in the area we're at, even though there are a lot of Americans and a lot of NATO people, most people don't speak English. And so that was like kind of jarring. Again, I totally respect, I'm in their country. Like I need to learn their language. I'm really trying. But it was just a kind of a different expectation.
Expectation, yeah.
And then they speak dialect where we are, which I didn't even know was a thing. So I was like practicing on Duolingo and working really hard. And I come in and I'm like, I don't understand what the heck they're saying. They're like, they're not speaking Hochdeutsch.
You're like, what?
So I think the English thing only applies to Berlin and to partially Frankfurt as well, Frankfurt am Main. I don't think it applies to any other parts of Germany as well, to be honest. I've visited like other parts of Germany. I've worked like partially in other parts as well. So I can categorically say it doesn't really apply. That's also my first confusion when I wanted to move to Germany because I visited Berlin once and and was like, everyone speaks English. So my assumption was, then I don't really learning a new language wouldn't be a big problem because I have something to start with. Until I wanted to do my master's in like other cities, I'm like, I guess I'm restricted to just one zone for now until I can find my footing, literally. So that's why it's always to understand it doesn't really apply outside of some cities. Even in Munich, they don't speak much English, to be honest. They frown at you if you communicate too much in English. So I can
German language
I can understand. No, it is. I mean, if you want to stay here, I recommend you should for sure.
Absolutely, there's no other way around. But well, I mean, obviously, everyone out there already has got a hint of what we want to get into today, and part of what we want to get into is a dating experience of an American in Germany, which some might describe as a roller coaster, some might describe maybe as a very smooth and very slippery experience. And so we want to get in all those corners with Courtney today. And like I said, dating as an American in Germany is our topic today. And Courtney, well, we've already started to get a few information about your dating life, but let's start with generally dating in Germany.
Okay.
How do you see dating in Germany?
This is really interesting because I dated in the US and then obviously dated here. And my kids have grown up in the German school system, so they're like bilingual and they're very immersed in the German culture. They're teenagers now, and what I've noticed, which is different than American culture, is that it's very segregated by sex. So you have like the boys hang out with the boys and the girls hang out with the girls, and they don't really intermix unless there's alcohol or partying.
Oh yeah.
And so the guys don't really get. I know this is a generalization, but like for the most part, a lot of the boys and then who up into men don't know how to interact with women in a smooth, like charming
way.
Like smooth way. That's the best way I can describe it. And so it feels very awkward and kind of disjointed. And so a lot of times what I'll see is that a German man will rely on, lubrication such as alcohol to, okay, now I can relax and be myself. But they don't know how to learn how to be themselves around women unless it's like a social big party, environment. Whereas with their guys, they're comfortable and easygoing, and that bond is closer, I would say, German men compared to like American men. But I'd say American men are more versed in how to communicate and interact with women on romantic and non-romantic basis.
Okay. Would you say they're good at flirting or bad at flirting?
Okay, what do you mean?
We're Germans, just generally. Are they really people who would just maybe meet you in a bar and just initiate the contact and also flirt with you for the rest of the night?
If there's drinking, yes, but I wouldn't necessarily characterize it as flirting. Okay. I would say, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fine. What would you characterize it as?
Like trying to just talk to you.
Trying to talk.
Just trying to have a conversation.
And then you're like, oh, you're into me. Oh, you like me. Like, I would say that most of the German men that I've dated, a few have been very confident. Like, they knew exactly, they're like super into me. They knew what they want. They're like, no apologies. But also that there was like alcohol. They were at in between bars and like at a beer garden and. Yeah.
But don't you think it's that it has to do with the fact that maybe you're an expert in this, you know what you want in relationships, you've studied this and everything, so your expectations are pretty high?
Yes and no, but they don't know that when they meet me. Like most of them don't know that. Maybe a few. I would say I have a lower tolerance for men's BS than most people do because I can kind of see what they're doing. Like I can see if they're trying to like play a game or they're trying to like what their intention is type of thing. Yeah, but I would say most of them don't know that I can figure that out.
Okay.
I mean, that would be interesting though, because I mean, if someone should approach you and then they ask you, hey, what do you do? And then you tell them what you do. I think that would be like, a bright spot. This person can basically identify what I do or what I'm trying to do, right? Oh, you usually don't. Thank you.
Yeah, but seriously, I never get approached in real life. I never get hit on in public ever.
Oh no, that's
really?
that's. I think that's a thing in Germany.
Stunning woman like you don't get hit on. Why do you think is a problem?
One time was like 3.5 years ago when I was on a train, but the guy was on with like his bachelor. It wasn't his bachelor party. It was his buddy's bachelor party or staff.
Right.
And so, that was like that time, and then actually recently last month at a Christmas market. That's it in 3.5 years.
No, but I think that's a German thing, to be honest. Normal, right? Yeah, it's a German thing. It's not just you or how you look specifically. Right. It's just a German thing. So basically, from my experience so far, it's either at a party, at a bar, just at some sort of event. To be honest, not like not just outside. It's just
Maybe inside there is a little someone that does not really have that courage and confidence to, because I must be honest, also when it comes to me, myself, I sometimes get frightened talking to girls because you never know what to expect.
Sure.
You never know what to expect. So sometimes I'm also like, okay, you just let it be, because the normal flirting in Germany, for example, someone sits across to you in a train, and you look at each other, make eye contact, smile at each other at some point, and everyone goes on.
Right.
And things are normal as usual. So you don't really get to talk to this person or really get to ask for their number or in that sense get to maybe get into some small talk. It's not a way here.
Yeah.
So my perspective on that is that I think it's a cultural thing, to be honest.
Okay.
Because in Nigeria it's totally different. Right. Before I moved to Germany, I had, like no sort of clue that you can actually find people on dating sites. Yeah, like I had no freaking idea. So we didn't use dating site at that point in time as well. So when you meet people, maybe you meet them you can even strike a conversation on Facebook or Instagram. And also, in real life as well, you just walk up to the person and you just approach them, because we're taught from a young age that, you're not always going to get a yes at any point in time. So just take the no and just find your way. At some point, you're definitely going to find a yes at some point. So the no is not a big deal. It's just, it's just not working out at that point in time. So that's why I said most times it's a cultural thing, because some people are more like, what if the person says no? What if the person is, is this and that, is this and that?
The fear of rejection.
But you're not going to beat you up. That's the thing that fascinates me.
But as an expat, can you please tackle this down? Because the fear of rejection is a really, it's a common thing in between young men, maybe men of my age as well. We really fear rejection a lot. And I think we're really scared of approaching a beautiful woman, because you're like, hey, what if she says no? And then, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? It will leave me in a pretty bad situation. I'll feel shattered. I'll feel like my confidence is just goes down.
No, you just move on to the next person.
You should study this. I think you're good at this. Think about it.
But I mean that's the reality, though. To be honest, so
I wanted you to weigh in on this.
Right.
Where do you think is the problem? Mostly with us young men who really fear rejection a lot.
Well, I think it's kind of like what you were sharing about how a lot of young, like even in your teens, a lot of you aren't getting the opportunity to exercise your assertive muscles, I guess you could say. And so when now you're in late teens, early 20s, and you don't have that experience to build that confidence of, sometimes I do get rejected and sometimes I don't. But if you never put yourself out there because you're afraid of that, then you never, flex the muscle and the rejection with your own self-worth, instead of being like, hey, they're not into me, because you could be the most delicious apple on the planet and come up and offer it to this beautiful woman. And she's like, I hate apples. Like I only eat oranges. And so, but your value as a delicious apple doesn't change, but it's what we make it mean when we get rejected by somebody who doesn't like apples.
Yeah. And also I think it's always important to know there are only few people that get less rejection than, every other person, right? I mean, you can be Brad Pitt, right? So obviously, more chances than another person. But again, I think what you need to take into perspective is just take people for their individual self. If the person says no, just take it as that person individual decision, not related to you, but it's just that person individual preference at that point in time. So it has purely, nothing to do with you, but just the person.
I get rejected too.
You do?
I do, yeah.
By who?
Many.
I mean,
it's true, it happens.
That's fascinating, though.
I'll be curious to know who rejected you.
Serious, yes.
Call them out.
Man, that's interesting. If you do, I think it's always fascinating to hear.
But you realize that women have really, to me, in my own opinion, women have a different sense of humor and a different way of how they take rejection, how they interpret that, and how they process it. They don't let it eat them up, like men. I feel like we focus more onto that rejection thing, and we're really frightened with that, and our level of confidence lowers just because of that. And I have a feeling that if a woman would approach me, I would even feel more safe, because I'll be more sure, because if she has approached me, then it gives me that sense of surety. Now I know she wants me. She wants me. So
But this is the thing, though. If you're scared of rejection, times what you're feeling by 10, that's what the woman is going to be feeling actually.
You guys,
because if I get,
she's going to be feeling 10 times the rejection that you're feeling.
Yeah, if I get rejected by a man, and because, like what you said, who would reject you? Then that could make me be like, oh man, I must be really bad if some man rejects me, because don't most men just say yes to any woman? And so if I can't get this guy, like, gosh, I must be really bad, you know?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what I drink.
So it's crazy. Yeah, so I want to ask one question, right?
Sure.
I want to ask one question. So basically, what would you say the sex culture is like in Germany compared to the US? So I know you haven't dated in every part of Germany, obviously, only in the state where you are currently. So you can use that as a sample size to base your analogy or your thought on that.
I would say, so the first thing that comes up is body positivity and neutrality. So I would say that in America, there's still so much like pressure to look a certain way and to be like this perfect human body. A lot of Americans, especially as youth, are not exposed to like normal naked bodies. Whereas in Germany, that is so normal. Like it is so normal to see normal bodies of all shapes and sizes. And so I think that in terms of what to expect, like sexually, right? Because that's what you asked. That is one of the foundational things is the difference in how bodies are perceived.
Okay. Yeah, I think I was having this conversation with someone the other day. I think one of the attributes that made that easy is for some reason, Germans from when they are kids, they're already, some parents are already introducing them to the FKK beach as well, right? So they're already, used to like seeing people natural body,
correct,
rather than what you see on like TV or stuff like that. Literally, yeah. Interesting.
That's kind of interesting, but every dating phase has some mistakes or some, I don't know. Well, let's focus on the mistakes for now. Your whole dating process in Germany, are there a few mistakes you would single out and be like, this is maybe a mistake that I made at the beginning?
Okay.
That I should have used a different approach while dating, or maybe I should have made a change here and there. Is there anything
from like my personal experience?
From your personal experience?
Oh, okay. I've made a lot of mistakes.
Curious.
I would say probably the biggest mistake that I made in the beginning was I didn't know what I wanted. Like I was like, I grew up very sheltered. Like I got married at 22. So I hadn't gotten a lot of attention from men. I grew up in the church. And so this idea of having like control over my own body and my own sexuality was such a foreign concept. And so when I had this opportunity, it's kind of like walking into a buffet and being really hungry and just being like, oh, that looks good. And not everything is good for you. And so realizing like, oh, maybe having some standards would be really helpful, or to not apologize for what I wanted or what I was willing, like, hey, I shouldn't have to beg you to like text me back or like plan a date.
Bare minimum,
yes. Like but at the time I was just like, okay, like sure, I guess if this is how it works, like whatever. Now I would not tolerate that, but in the beginning I didn't know what I was doing.
I always had a saying that I used to dwell on. Correct me if you don't see it that way. That women usually fall in love with what they hear. And men fall in love with what they see. Sure.
Yes, it's to a certain extent. I think that women are being, especially like through, the proliferation of social media, is women are starting to call out other women to be like, show me. Because what we've seen typically is, well, he said he's going to leave his wife, or, oh, well, he's going to take me to Paris, or, well, like, right. We're falling in love with this fantasy. And we've got their girls over here like, show me the receipts. Let me see that you're actually like doing the things that you're going to do. Because I see this actually a lot in my own experiences. I will have men who will message me on dating apps and I'll be like, all right, like, let's meet, like, let's go on a date. And they're like, oh, I'm just like really busy right now. I'm like, then let me know when you're not busy.
All right.
But until then, I don't want to talk to you because they're just kind of leaning on me for like this emotional support and they don't really have that much to offer. They're kind of figuring their stuff out, but they like the attention.
Everyone likes the attention.
Yeah.
It is always about the attention. Speaking of dating apps, you mentioned dating apps. Would you say the dating on dating apps? So let's compare maybe two countries, right?
Sure.
Here.
Yeah.
Let's compare America and Germany.
Okay.
Which of both countries would you say has a better dating life on the apps?
Oh, that's tough.
From the app perspective, from the dating app perspective, not the dating perspective. Yeah.
What do you mean? Like,
So now we're comparing Tinder in the US and Tinder in
So
Germany.
we're comparing your experience in the dating app
okay.
in Germany and in the US, technically.
Here's what I have noticed is geography is king. So I remember I've been to Berlin once before this, and I was on an app, and the app that I was on, because I'm very relational. I don't do hookups. I don't do casual. Like I'm not interested in one-night stands. And the app that I was on was supposed to be like a non-monopoly friendly app. You know, it's not just a hookup app. And the people were like, "Oh, you need to be on Tinder if you're looking for a relationship. Like you shouldn't be on this app." And then you go to a different part of Germany and they're like saying something completely different in the States. So it's very geography based.
Okay.
Weird reputation. And I'm like, well, I can't keep track of this. Like, read my bio and then decide if you want to get to know me.
Oh, no, it's okay. I understood. So, I mean, so what would you say has been your biggest, like dating lesson in Germany so far? I think you've been dating here for 3 years now or so.
Yeah.
So what would you say is like your biggest takeaway, I would say?
I think
it could be good or bad. It could be red or green flag, whichever it is.
I think trust your instincts is probably what my biggest lesson is. Like I can know pretty quick if I'm going to connect with somebody, and I see that the effort that somebody puts in terms of communicating, setting up dates, like actually planning things versus like, well, like that doesn't usually change once you meet face to face. A lot of times people will be like, well, I'm so much different in person. And I'm like, bro, you're not.
Oh, I can say something to that though. I'm terrible at testing. So for myself, I can categorically say that is a valid excuse.
Okay.
That is a valid excuse. So at
He's
least,
an exception.
Okay, tell me what you mean.
I try.
Like you just don't like to be on your phone. You don't like respond quickly.
I don't respond quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm and it's difficult for me to have like a very lengthy sort of conversation over text.
Okay.
So for me, testing is just like question and answer.
Okay.
Like so obviously sometimes it can be a lengthy conversation, but most times it's just okay. This and this. We're doing this and this, and then we just go do it, or we just meet and then we have a very proper conversation, or we can make a phone call.
I was going to say, or do you do
Yes, exactly. Yes.
So
I can do a phone call instead. So exactly. So there's an alternative to testing. So I'm just saying, because one thing I realize, some people they like testing a lot, and for me, testing is like, maybe also because of the era I grew up is
How old are you?
No, okay. It doesn't mean I'm so old. It doesn't mean I'm so old. It doesn't mean I'm so old. I'm just in my early 30s, right?
He's in his 80s.
Yeah. No, but what I mean, when we were growing up, right, testing was so expensive. So basically, you only test to know exactly what you need to do.
Get to the point.
Get to the point. Or instead you just call and have a phone conversation, or you just meet in person. Yeah. So for me, generally, obviously, some people that has no impact on them. But I'm not just like more of a testing person. So I can say for some people that might probably be a valid excuse.
A communication in between. What I see with some of these guys, they don't do calls, they don't do video calls, they don't do texting. They're like, oh, I'm an in-person person. That's great, but we all live very busy lives. You're working all day. Like, when do I get to connect with you in between our dates? Like, if I only get to connect with you, let's say once a week for a couple of hours, and then it's just question and answer, I don't get to build it. We're not building anything.
Okay, yeah, I get. All right. So trust your instinct, guys. Yeah, perfect.
So, my second last question to you would be, let's venture into gender roles.
Okay.
Do you think gender roles play more a barrier to dating, or they play a more clearer role when it comes to dating?
I think that right now gender roles are a hot button issue, and I think a lot of men, I've been on some dates with, I'll never forget this one guy. He paid for my coffee, and then he looked at me and was like, wait, was I not supposed to do that? He was really trying to be kind and sweet, and then was afraid that he was offending me by paying for it on the first date,
Right.
because then historically that's been an expectation
That's
of like,
right.
now I owe you something sexually. And so I think that it's good that we have those conversations. I said, oh my gosh, no, that was really kind of you to pay for my coffee. Thank you. And also, I really appreciate that you were checking in with me to let me know that you were afraid of offending me.
Right.
And so I think that if we're just honest about how we're all navigating this,
Right.
you know, like that, I know that there's a lot of people who present non-authentically and not vulnerably. I'm not like that. Like, I'm like, this is who I am. This is what you get. And I'm trying to model like how you can show up authentically and encourage others to do that too. And I think that if you both are on the dating scene, to do that, to lead with authenticity, and then you're more likely to attract partners that are also authentic.
Amazing.
Yeah, perfect.
Amazing.
Perfect. No, I absolutely agree with that, to be honest. Yeah, honestly, for me, I think, not being authentic is more difficult for me
Yes.
than being authentic, because, if you're just authentic, it's just easy going. You just do what you want to do,
Yeah.
have a conversation. And if it doesn't work, at least, then, right there and then, and
Right.
not make it complicated later on.
Yeah.
So for me, I think my last questions, are just going to be this. So given you are a professional in, romance, relationship, and sex, and given you've dated both in the US and also in Germany as well. So, 2 questions. What would you say to an American who wants, who is dating a German or who wants to date a German, and what would you say to a German who wants to date an American or who is dating an American?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great question.
Give us from from both perspectives.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say, in my experience, don't believe, if you're an American wanting to date a German, don't believe the stereotypes about like a German men like make you pay for your own stuff and they're like splitting the bill. And the German men that I've dated have been very generous. They've always paid for my coffee or my meals, like super kind.
Shout out to you Germans.
It was very, I appreciated that. I will say, when they like to go for walks on first dates, and sometimes a walk is like an American hike. So like be prepared for that.
Right.
That happened to my sister the other week. She was like, "Oh yeah, he like wanted to go on a hike or a walk," and she was like turned into a hike.
Wear comfortable shoes.
Exactly. Wear comfortable shoes. So those are the 2 kind of takeaways. If you're an American wanting to, if you're a German wanting to date an American, I would say like you gotta be charming. Like try to up your game a little bit to like be a little bit more connected with your feelings. And because Americans like warm and fuzzy kind of for the most part. Again, this is super generalized. But I think when you are complimentary, you are like engaging in the small talk stuff and not just to waste time, but to connect. That is really important to Americans.
All right.
Amazing.
So now, guys, you know how to go about it. Hope this is going to help some of you out there find connection between yourself. Yeah. And all of that. So thanks a lot, Courtney, for the conversation. I think I had a good one, and have an eye opener basically today. So please, guys, don't forget to follow, like, and share, and please comment your opinion, your thoughts on this as well, so we can also see what the conversation is like with everyone as well. So again, thanks a lot for coming.
Thank you.
Courtney. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Pleasure.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's been lovely to have Courtney with us in the studio today, and it has been a lovely evening. Dating life, it's a broad way with full of lights and bumps in the way, but whatever works for you, whatever suits you is what you should do. And from the Onlyfacts Studios, we wish you a lovely evening. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, share, and press that comment button. Let us know what you think. We'll catch you up in the next episode.
Cheers.